Schools Department. Was there any activity from Nizaya on social media after January 9th?
Not from Nizaya, no.
Now, you said earlier that after it was transferred to the Detroit Police Department, did you receive a call regarding, from Sergeant Jones regarding a request to confirm an ID that was found, a school ID?
Yes.
Okay, and did you receive a copy of that picture of the ID to confirm it?
Yes.
Okay. And the picture that was sent to you, did you confirm that as Nizaya Harris' this grade 8 identification card? If you don't remember.
I'm not sure
Okay.
what grade she was in, but yeah, it was her identification card.
All right. May I approach Rich?
Yes.
Approaching with what's already been admitted as Exhibit 40. Does that look similar to what you were asked to confirm?
Yes.
And that one you went into, did you go into the school system to confirm that that was Nizaya's ID?
Through an intermediary, but yes.
Okay. And in the bottom corner of one of that, it says grade 8, correct?
Yes, it is.
And you had said earlier that you did an initial search warrant to text now to receive some messages, correct?
It started out as exigent circumstance request, but yes.
Okay. And may I approach again?
Yes.
I'm approaching with what's already been admitted as Exhibit 16. And if you could take a look at that, I'm handing you the last page of Exhibit 16. Does that look familiar to you, sir?
Yes.
And are those some of the messages that you got from the search warrant that you did to text now?
Yes.
And are there on that page that you're holding 3 highlighted ones on the bottom of that message or of that page?
Yes.
And the first highlighted one, is there a number associated with whether that it was sent or received from or to?
Yes.
And can you read that number for the court, please?
313-585-8719.
And was the first message that's highlighted there, was that a sent or received message?
It was a sent message.
Indicating that it came from the owner of the TextNow account, correct?
Correct.
And what does that message say?
Don't forget to be there before 3. I will let you know when I'm leaving school. If you're not there, I will wait.
And to be clear, the owner of the account that you did a search warrant on, you believe to be Nizaya Harris, correct?
That is correct.
And then the second message down from that, second to last message on that page, is that a sent or received message?
It's a sent message.
And who is it sent to, the number?
313-585-8719.
And what does that message say?
Send okay if you send the message so I can delete your number.
And then the last message on that page first, is that a sent or received message to that account?
Received.
So the owner of the account would have received that message from someone else?
Yes.
And what's the number that sent the message to that TextNow account?
313-585-8719.
And what is that message?
Okay.
And what are the dates of those messages?
January 9th, 2024.
And when the owner of that account received that last message of okay, what date and time did she receive that on?
January 9th, 2024 at 14:23:10 UTC.
And the UTC would be 4 hours ahead at that time from the local time?
Correct.
Okay. And so that would have been at 10 a.m. or so?
That would have been 9:23
a.m.?
Yes.
Okay. I have nothing further.
Okay, boss.
Is it Sergeant Harris? I'm sorry.
It was Lieutenant
It
Harris.
was Lieutenant. I'm sorry. I want to get that right. So, did you learn about this case through Detective Gardner? You learned about it from somewhere from the school, or how did it land on your desk? Can you?
So the grandmother went to the school called Officer Wolf, who works that area, and then whenever we have a missing student, we always dispatch a detective.
Okay, so it was Officer Wolf who was initially dispatched to the school
Correct.
to do kind of an initial intake or interview,
Yes.
so to speak. Okay, and you're familiar that he did that?
Yes, he generated a report and did that, and then Detective Adele Gardner took over from there.
So when Officer Harris,
Wolf.
Wolf came back with his report, he passed, essentially, the report indicated what he did on the case and then handed it off to Detective Gardner.
No, Detective Gardner responded to the scene before he even came back and did the report.
Okay, so Detective Gardner is also involved in some of the things that Officer Wolf did.
Yes,
In
the
terms of
canvassing and
canvassing.
talking to people, yes.
Okay, that's what I was going to get to next. So you're familiar that at least Detective Gardner and Officer Wolf went out to the 3 Mile Drive location at Cornwall where the bus stop was and canvassed that area.
Not just them, but other officers, yes.
Others too? Okay. Did any of the officers in DPS interview the teacher that was in Nazai's class that day?
Yes, I believe so.
Yes, do you know who it was?
It would have been Detective Gardner.
And do you know if Detective Gardner has authored a report?
She would have case notes and interview statements of everybody she interviewed.
Okay. Did you follow up on anything that Officer Wolf did or that he left open in his report to do?
Not personally, I was just directing the efforts of Detective Gardner as whatever guidance she needed or help.
Okay. And one of the things that she requested of you was to do the search warrant for the text now?
The text now, Instagram.
Okay. And did you receive anything back from Instagram?
Yes, I received back to her Nazai's Instagram account
Okay.
information.
Okay. Now, ultimately, you came into possession of Nazai's laptop. Is that correct?
You talking about the one she uses at school?
Correct.
Yes.
And how did you how did you take possession of that?
I sent Detective Gardner over to the school to pick it up.
It was at the school?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know where at the school?
With all the rest of the laptops the kids use.
Okay, so they leave the laptops there every day at the end of the day?
Yes.
Okay.